I'm Dr. Tracy Gibbs, Chief Science Officer for LifeWise, and we have a 3-part series that we are starting tonight. Tonight is the official part 1 of the Wise Weight Management Program. We're going to be specifically covering the program tonight, what it entails, going over each of the 5 different components of the program, and then covering specifically the first step of that program in tonight's live. And we're going to jump right into it. So, introducing the LifeWise Weight Management Program. Now, I have been saying for probably my entire career that I really don't like, in fact, I would get close to using the word hate or at least despise weight loss programs, all right? I don't like them. I don't like when people use the term weight loss. I have said many times in lectures all over the world that the best weight loss product out there is duct tape. Tape that freaking mouth shut and stop eating crappy food and stop eating copious amounts of crappy food. Okay? I've said that my entire career. Yes, I have formulated many weight management and weight loss programs for several companies out there, companies that have paid me to do that I have worked for, been employed for in the past. But I did it, I guess you could say, because I was forced to or asked to, and as an employee or as a contracted laborer, I had to do that. But I always protested. So now that I have complete control over what I can and can't do regarding these, the products that we introduce at LifeWise, I found it high time to educate people onto what weight management is all about. And it is not a product. It is centered in education with supporting products, motivational systems, and the right tools that you need to manage healthy weight. Now, healthy weight for some people might be weight gain. For me, it was for years. I was 128 pounds all through high school and my college years, living in Japan in my early days, in my early 20s. And for me, I was always struggling to put on extra pounds. I could lift weights. I could work with my dad on the small farm, and I never was able to really put on muscle mass. For other people, wise weight will most likely be weight loss. For a good majority of Americans, about 64% of Americans right now are obese. About 30% are clinically obese. And if you don't know the difference between those two, obesity is just you've got extra pounds, and those extra pounds are causing you or will cause you health issues in the future. Clinically obese is that you are currently suffering from health issues because of obesity, because of your weight, excess weight. We're going to talk about those two a little bit later. But I want to first talk about that wise weight management is emotional, and it can also be psychological, not just emotional, but there are mental aspects of it too. This program will cover all 3 of those major components so that you will have the tools that you need and the motivation and the support that you need to really finally achieve those goals. You guys, this is not a pop a pill, lose 20 pounds in 20 days, yo-yo dieting program. That type of weight loss is not healthy. Yes, you can achieve it. There are drugs out there that will help you. There are drug-like supplements that over time will cause harm to your body. That's not wise, and that's not what we do at LifeWise. We are about wisdom, and we are about teaching you the right ways to do things, because wisdom is what? The application of correct knowledge, right? I know that Ozempic and GLP-1 type, peptides out there, you will lose weight, but they are finding now that there's mass amounts of people using those, that those types of things cause almost equal part muscle mass to equal part fat mass. Okay. That's not wise. It's not healthy. And I know people struggling with that. So I have knowledge that those will work, but the application of wise or correct knowledge is what wisdom is. And so I'm not going to use incorrect tools or incorrect applications in order to help you. Again, my goal really is to help you, to help everyone become as healthy as possible. And so knowing that the weight management category in the dietary supplement industry is the single largest category next to vitamin supplements. Vitamins are number one. Right after that is weight management products. I had to come out with a weight management system so that you guys could talk to a majority of people out there and actually grow your business off of this program, because it's something that can grow your business. But we needed to do it in a way that is healthy, and in 2 months, 3 months to 6 months, because it takes 6 months to build new neural pathways in your brain. Studies have shown that. So the mental component of this may take up to 6 months, but it will change your life, and you will see results with this program. This program was intended to change lives. And so when people see that we have 100% success, they will join this program. Although initially they may not like it and it may be hard. And you may only get 1 out of every 10 people joining this program that you talk to. Okay? I'm going to be straight up. Change isn't easy. This program is going to push you mentally, physically, and psychologically. But when you start seeing the success, and when people start advertising that success, I don't care what happens like right now, tonight, or the next week or the next month. I don't care if we have 400 people join this program starting January and not 4,000, because that 400 people are all 100%, if they follow the program, are going to achieve results. And then they're going to publish and post those results. And then we're going to see 2,000 people. And then we're going to see 10,000 people. And then we're going to see 40,000 people. And then we're going to get into the hundreds of thousands and millions. And over the course of the next 4 or 5 years, this program can change the lives of the majority of Americans, because they will achieve their results if they follow the program. I have no doubt about that. So let me cover what this program is about, and then we'll get into the actual training, what we're going to be training on tonight. The Wise Weight Management Program consists of 5 separate components that individually can help certain areas of your life, but when combined to a comprehensive program, will change your life. All right. Those 5 components are education on nutrient density. We'll talk about what nutrient density is later. I've talked about it in the past, but we are going to educate you in the form of a book. By the way, I started this book in 2001. Okay, so this book is 24 years in the making. And yes, I worked on it a little bit every year. I didn't work full-time on it for the last 6 months. I've been working full-time on it to finally finish it. And I'm glad that I was able to really focus on it the last 6 months, because I have a lot more knowledge now than I did 20 years ago. And so a lot of new things have gone into this book that, again, are wise. We will also have 3 Wise Weight Management modules, similar to the lead modules. So there will be an educational component in the form of 60 to 90 minute videos or presentations that you can watch with PDF files to download and exercises to do. I don't mean physical exercises, I mean mental learning. So this is the education aspect. So component number 1 is education in the form of a book and 3 Wise Weight Management modules that will be part of the program. The second component is motivation. You need the proper motivation and consistency to follow a nutrient-dense lifestyle. And we will give you that motivation in the form of an app. There is an app, a LifeWise Weight Management Program app, that is separate from the business app that we're producing right now. Completely separate. This is an app that has a search function, so you can immediately search if a food is a nutrient-dense food or not. It automatically places them into the categories that you will learn in the book. It has little thumbs up and stars and things like that when you accomplish certain goals. It will calculate your BMI for you. The app will have you measure different parts of your body that you can do weekly or monthly, so that you can actually track your results visually. Because sometimes if you're just looking at yourself in the mirror or looking at the scale especially doesn't tell you if you're having wise weight management or not, because if you're actually putting on some muscle mass, muscle weighs more than fat. So what if you lose all these inches, but don't lose any weight. I'd say good on you, because that's cool. You're transforming that fat into muscle mass, which is great. It's a great thing. So it's got that function. There's a whole slew of other functions, graphs and charts and all this stuff that you can do. There's literally functions that you can share results on all the social media platforms. It's a super cool app. All right. Step 3, we'll talk about cleansing the body and cleansing the mind, getting rid of impurities out of your lifestyle. Step 4, balancing blood sugar levels, again, following the nutrient density program and a supplement that assists with that. The 5th component is fueling the body with nutrient-dense foods, and we have perhaps the most nutrient-dense whole complete meal in the form of a shake that will be part of the program as well. I will be splitting up the training on these 5 components into 3 separate in the labs. So getting into what is nutrient density, to open up the training on this program, I want people to understand what nutrient density means and what I'm talking about when I talk about nutrient dense foods. Nutrients, as you know, are the individual molecules or components that make up those molecules in our foods and or supplements. So I think everybody understands what nutrition and nutrient means, but when you combine that with density, what is density? Well, density is the amount of mass of a particular item in a particular given area, a surface area or a location or an object or things like that. So when I talk about nutrient density, I'm talking about the specific number of beneficial molecules within a specific weight or area or mass. All right. Let's take, for example, vitamin C. Let's talk about the molecule vitamin C. We all think of oranges when we think of vitamin C, right? You got this kind of large size orange, softball size object. About 1.5 oranges will contain 100% of your daily supply, daily recommended allowance of vitamin C. And yet, if you look at a teeny tiny goji berry or something even slightly larger than a goji berry or an acerola cherry will have about 2 times the recommended amount of vitamin C inside of it. So you've got this massive orange, which when consumed provides about 40 to 50 calories versus a goji berry or an acerola cherry, which has twice the amount or 3 times the amount of vitamin C, depending on the berry, I guess, and yet is about 4 calories. So small amount, huge nutrient density. Okay, that's what I mean when I talk about nutrient density. And the book will explain this a lot better because the book has literally hundreds of foods and places them into categories 1 through 12, a scale of 1 through 12. 1 being the most nutrient dense foods on the planet, 12 being the ugliest non-food crap, white sugar, white shortening, zero nutritional value stuff that we find in our foods every day and all day long. The Wise Weight Management Program is all about nutrient density, is a nutrient density focused program. Because imagine if you can get all the nutrients your cells in your body need in about 200 calories worth of food versus eating something that's 4,000 calories or 600 calories or 2,000 calories that has no nutrients, okay? This is not a calories in, calorie out program. That's stupid because look, if I went and ate a piece of chocolate pie or my favorite, like a key lime pie, I just ate like 800 calories intake. What am I going to have to do to output that? I got to go jog for like 3 hours to get rid of 800 calories or something. So counting calories is dumb. It's a thing of the past. It doesn't matter. It's about feeding your cells if you want to be healthy. Because if I ate unhealthy calories in and just burned off those calories, I'm still lousy with my nutrient intake. So we're going to teach you to eat the nutrient dense foods while maintaining your normal lifestyle. Because most of us are active. Everybody I know works. And trust me, mental activity burns just as many calories as like physical activity does. And if you don't believe me, I want you to go back and remember your first day of college or the first day of where you were learning something new. Like my wife is going to an EMT school. She's going to get her EMT certification. The first day she came back, she just collapsed, even though she was sitting at a desk all day long, well, it was only for like 3 or 4 hours, she collapsed because her body was so exhausted. It had burned so many calories because her brain was learning new things. So forget calories in, forget calories out. Forget counting calories altogether. Forget the fat burning, popping pills and I need to exercise this heart rate for 30 minutes. It's old school. It's irrelevant. It's false. It's why nobody was successful in their weight loss programs. Okay. Weight loss is simply about nutrient density. Feeding your cells the nutrients they need using nutrient dense foods, because everything falls into place after that. All right. So that's what this program is all about. Tonight, specifically, we're going to talk about the first component of that program, and that's cleansing the past, cleaning out your mind, cleaning out your body, cleaning out the bad habits, cleaning out the psychological barriers and roadblocks that prevent you from doing anything, prevent you not just from losing weight, but what prevents you from achieving your goals? What prevents you from being a millionaire right now? What's preventing you? They're old habits, old stumbling blocks, lack of motivation, the wrong tools. Okay. These are all things that are super important to achieving your goals. And they are crucial if you're going to succeed in a weight management program. We need to start with a clean slate. And for some of us, that's going to be hard. And I'm talking about all aspects of your life, you guys. I'm talking about, I use this word in a different way than most people, but when I talk about repentance, I talk about change of life, aligning your life to true and correct principles. All right. Changing your past is about forgiveness. It's about moving on. I hear people talk and whine about things that happened 20, 30 years ago, family issues, friend issues, not forgiving this friend because in high school he stole my girlfriend, whatever. Who cares? Move on. Oh, I have thyroid issues. No, you don't. You might have in the past had a doctor or somebody tell you have thyroid issues, but that can change. Okay? Don't make your problems be your present or your future. Let it go and let's move on. We have become so good at developing these deep neural pathways that keep us entrenched. Think of a dirt road. And the more you drive on that dirt road, the more ruts in that road you make. And so the easier it becomes to follow that road. In fact, if you've ever driven an ATV or an old truck on an old dirt road with ruts, you can take your hands off the steering wheel. You don't even have to think about driving. Just put the pedal down and that truck stays in the ruts. That's how most of us are living our lives. We're not living our lives intentionally. We're living in these ruts. And it's a true physical issue because there are these neural pathways in your brain that make it easy for you to do the same things that you've been doing over and over and over again. And in order to clean those, you've got to have a new mindset, a new way of thinking. You've got to build new neural pathways. Psychologically, all right? Mentally, you've got to be motivated in order to make those changes. And physically, you've got to physically clean out your body. But we have these ruts that are so easy to follow that we choose on a daily basis to ignore the warning signs all around us about what is creating toxicity in our lives. Sometimes we have toxic friends. Sometimes we have toxic codependencies. But what I'm going to be specifically focusing on tonight is not the mental or physiological aspects of toxicity. I'm going to be talking mostly about the physical, your body toxicity, all right? We have warning signs all around us. You guys, you watch TV, you watch Instagram reels, you know that we live in a toxic environment and yet we choose to ignore that. And what do I mean by that? If anybody has like some sugar-free gum in your purse or on your desk or in front of your TV, whatever you're watching, go grab a pack of sugar-free gum. I also want you to go grab the toothpaste out of your bathroom. If you're on your phone watching this, take your phone with you as you go. But I'm going to show you warning signs that you've chosen to ignore. Diet sodas. If you got a diet soda in front of you, pick it up real quickly, okay? I'm going to show you some of these warning signs. If you've got a smoker in the house, go grab the pack of cigarettes. I'm going to show you a warning sign on that too, okay? First of all, anything that's sugar-free in your home, whether it's a diet soda or sugar-free chewing gum, anything like that, pick it up, turn it around, look at the label on it. I want you to look at the back supplement facts panel, the little fine print, that's written right there. You're going to see a sign. You're going to see something that says, warning, this product contains phenylketonurex is one of the words you'll see, or it might be in parentheses, warning, this product contains phenylalanine. And then when you read the ingredients, you're going to see something that says aspartame, 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 okay? Why would they put a warning on that label? The FDA is notorious for giving us crappy stuff. And yet if the FDA demands that that product gets a warning label, heck yeah, you better believe that that's harmful. Because there's a crap load of products out there that don't have warning labels that we know are harmful. And the FDA doesn't regulate, they should regulate it. They're supposed to regulate it. And yet this stuff is so bad for you that the FDA demanded the manufacturers put that warning, this product contains phenylketonurex, Think about that. And yet you continue to chew sugar-free gum. You continue to order diet sodas because there's this mental rut in your brain that somehow has convinced you that that's healthier than not. Why? Because somebody lied to you and said that this aspartame is better for you than sugar. And it's not. Your body knows what to do with sugar. Your body doesn't know what to do with aspartame. And so you get these genetic mutations that cause cancer. It is linked to cancer. It's not just linked to cancer. It's linked to lupus-like symptoms, but what it really causes is multiple sclerosis. So you get all these symptoms of body aches, chronic fatigue, tiredness, stiff, achy joints, all these lupus-like symptoms. And yet when you go in for a diagnosis, they find you and they do testing, they find out you have multiple sclerosis that's caused by aspartame. And long-term use causes cancer. And they've shown that. There's tons of studies out there for that. And yet we continue to use it. You're seeing all over the internet, all these BHPs in our cold cereal and all these food colorings. You guys know it's bad for you, and yet how many people had Fruit Loops this morning? Or how many people ate cold cereal or something this morning? Why? Why do you do it? Even though you know it, you've continued. It's because these ruts in your brain, these built-in neural pathways in your brain, because it's easier to ignore the warning signs and continue to make bad choices. Okay? Who's got the toothpaste? Look at the back of your toothpaste. Guys, toothpaste. Okay? Something as simple as toothpaste. Warning. There's going to be a warning. This product contains sodium monofluorophosphate. Oh, that's funny. I thought our toothpaste contains fluoride. What the heck is sodium monofluorophosphate? It's like 1%, not even. It's like 0.1% fluoride. Fluorine is the natural mineral. Look at a periodic table of elements. There's nothing called fluoride on the periodic table of elements. Okay? There's fluorine. Fluorine is the element that's necessary for strengthening bones, particularly the enamel on your teeth. And yet we've created something fake that mimics fluorine called fluoride, and then we don't even use fluoride. We use sodium monofluorophosphate, which is a byproduct of the cattle manure industry, because they don't know what to do with all this manure. And so pharmaceutical companies buy it up, like Monsanto, and then they extract this sodium monofluorophosphate from it because it contains about 0.1% of fluoride, and then they sell it to Procter & Gamble and all these companies that make toothpaste. And they say it's good for your teeth. And yet, the FDA makes them put a warning label on there. In fact, you're going to read this right on your toothpaste. You're going to read, call the Poison Control Center if ingested. Who doesn't ingest toothpaste? You're brushing your teeth with it. And yeah, you spit it out. They've taught you to spit it out. But while you're brushing, how many of you brush too far back there and gag and swallow some? When that happens, guys, you're supposed to call the Poison Control Center. That's how bad this crap is. Okay? And yet you ignore that. Or you don't even look at it. You just buy cold. You look at the front of the label. Oh, whitens teeth. Oh, hardens, fluoride. Whatever it does. Kills bacteria. That's all. You're reading lies. Nobody reads the fine print. Again, you ignore the warning labels. Third warning. Who's got that pack of cigarettes? Right on it. The FDA's been doing this since the 80s, but you write on the pack of cigarettes. Warning, this product causes cancer. Warning, this product causes birth defects. Warning, warning, warning. There are warning signs all around us. The one good thing California did in its laws, that look, the Prop 65 laws are kind of ludicrous for California, but at least somebody in legislature took the time and said, hey, there's all these things causing cancer. Cancer costs our country $2 trillion a year in Medicare, Medicaid, health insurance premium costs. It's huge. It's bankrupting our country. And so finally somebody said, let's at least put a warning label on these things. And so they did, and they're kind of stupid because they're on your airplane surfaces, they're on your grocery store door handles and all this stuff in California. People ignore that. We built these neural pathways that make us ignore that. We have created a toxic society. Now, I'm not saying all this to fearmonger you, okay? I'm just literally stating facts. There are things that you can do, and we're going to teach you this. It's in my book. It's in this program. There are alternatives to all of these things. Man, who uses deodorant? Aluminum dioxide deodorant. You wonder why breast cancer rates are raising in both men and women? Yeah, and I'm not talking transgender men who have breasts. I'm talking about men. They call it breast cancer. We put this aluminum dioxide on deodorant, and aluminum dioxide gets stored in your lymph nodes. And where do cancer cells start in breast cancer? Right in the lymph nodes, right? Either it's a ductal carcinoma or it's from the lymphatic system right on the side. All those lymph nodes. But there are aluminum-free deodorants. There is fluoride-free toothpaste. There is BHP-free cold cereals. There are non-GMO products out there. And guess what? The costs are literally about the same. In fact, the fluoride-free, the xylitol-based toothpaste that I use, it's actually, I saw a tooth whitening anti-cavity toothpaste in the grocery store when I was out of town and I had ran out of my toothpaste. It cost me about 50 cents more than the toothpaste I buy on Amazon. So the prices there are great. 10 years ago, it used to be like twice the price, but nowadays they're so frequent and so common, you can buy all this stuff out there. But why am I talking about this stuff? I'm not talking again to fearmonger or scare you. I want you to understand what these chemicals are doing to us. Now, our body is amazing. Our bodies can adapt to even certain levels of toxicity. We can adapt to so many things in our lives, but they will cause harm over time. And where does this harm occur? I want you guys to really pay attention here. These toxins, whether they're pollutants, whether it's ammonium, whether it's aluminum dioxide, whether it's fluoride, whether it's the plastics, the BHPs, the food colorings, the dyes, all of this stuff gets stored in our bodies, mostly in the endocrine system. And a lot of you guys are like, well, what's my endocrine system? It's not stored in my liver? No, it's stored in your endocrine system. I'm going to pop this chart up here. It might be backwards, but this is a picture of your endocrine system, and I'll read some of these organs for you. Who here, and I want you to pay attention, almost none of these diseases existed like in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, even though we all had endocrine systems back then and doctors knew what pituitary glands were and all this stuff. But listen to these organs, and then I want you to think to yourself, who do I know, or how many people do I know have a problem with one of these glands? Okay, the pituitary gland. Guys, pituitary cancer has skyrocketed in the last 10 years. Thymus, get this one, thyroid. How many of you know somebody, or maybe even you yourself, have thyroid issues? Parathyroid, pancreas, okay? Pancreatic cancer is really bad. Ovaries, hormone imbalances are a huge factor in our society nowadays. Ovaries and testes, they're part of your endocrine system. We have prostate issues in men, ovarian cancer, prostate cancer. We have a huge decline in birth rates. People not being able to get pregnant, and so pregnancy drugs have skyrocketed, costing, again, our society a huge amount. More men than ever right now have testicular issues. They have testicular cancer. They can't produce enough sperm to impregnate their spouse or partner. How about adrenal glands? How many people have said, oh, my adrenal glands are burned out, and so that's why I weigh 400 pounds, you know? Or I have a thyroid issue. That's why I weigh what I weigh. Hashimoto's, so there's about 62 different known endocrine system disorders that didn't exist in the 50s and 60s. Didn't even exist. And it's because of this toxic world that we've lived in. So, anything that says sugar-free, fat-free, GMO, artificial colors, pollutants in the air, all of this crap is causing endocrine system disorders. And what does this do? It destroys or disrupts our endocrine systems as we age. And it's not even old people. Guys, I've seen 20-year-olds with thyroid issues. I've seen 24, 25-year-old females with issues going on with their hormonal imbalances, suffering from severe PMS symptoms, or sometimes they don't even have menstrual cycles. I've seen people in premenopausal conditions in their mid-30s. And that was unheard of 50, 60 years ago, okay? These are the problems that are happening because of endocrine system disorders. Each and every single one of these glands that I mentioned, the thymus, pituitary gland, thyroid, penile gland, parathyroid gland, testes, ovaries, adrenal glands, all have something to do with your metabolism. They are all crucial for a good metabolism. So when you have a bad metabolism, the number one symptom is weight gain. If you've got a hypothyroid, a low active thyroid, which I would guess, I didn't look up stats, but I would say probably 20% of women over age 60 have something wrong with their thyroid. And we use that, and you know you do because you start looking at food and gaining weight. In the shower, you notice at the bottom clogged, all this hair clogging your shower drain. You start losing hair, you start gaining weight, you start getting low energy. You can't sleep at night, but you're so tired in the daytime you can't keep your eyes open. And men get this issue too. Okay. So anytime you see something like that and you blame it on the thyroid, guys, that's a symptom of the problem of toxicity. The root cause is toxicity. The symptom is a hypothyroid. And then the further symptoms are all the problems associated with that. Low energy, weight gain, loss of hair. Okay. So because the root cause is toxicity, I want to introduce to you guys tonight the first part of our Wise Weight Management program, a daily detoxification product called Clean. We try to keep things simple because I think that's wisdom at LifeWise. It's all in the name, kind of tells you what it does. Clean is a multi-organ daily detoxification program. Why daily? Because we will continue to ignore the warning signs. The Wise Weight Management program is a gradual lifestyle change over time. There are many warning signs that I don't ignore anymore. I don't use aluminum-based deodorants. I don't use fluoride in my toothpaste. I drink pure water. I have a water purification system in my home. I wear only cotton or linen or wool type clothing. I don't wear polyester or rayon or any of these synthetic clothing anymore. But I still live in Salt Lake City. In fact, today I took a photo of my city, Harriman City's air quality today. It is 6.5 times higher than the WHO standards for clean air. We have this nasty inversion going on in Salt Lake City right now. If anybody's visited Salt Lake City in the winter, you know what I'm talking about. It's this gray, black, crappy smog that settles down in the valley when the weather's cold because we get this nice cold pressure that keeps it all the pollution in here. So I'm basically smoking a pack of cigarettes today living in my city. So I still live in this environment and there are some things I probably am still exposed to. So I choose to do a daily detoxification program. This is safe enough to be used daily, but strong enough, especially if you do a double dose of this, to where you will feel the detoxification happening. And we call that, by the way, a healing crisis. I want everybody to know if you're super toxic and you start using this product and you feel a little bloated, you get a little headache, you start getting some acne. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen to everybody. But if it happens, just know that you were overly toxic and your body is going into what's called a healing crisis. And a healing crisis is where your elimination organs start dumping into the bloodstream all of the toxins they've been storing. And it causes something called blood sludge, this erythrocyte aggregation and all this filthiness and plaque in your bloodstream and all this stuff that starts, it does that so that your skin, which is your largest elimination organ, can start drawing out these toxins. So your sweat's going to smell a little stronger, your urine's going to smell a little stronger. For the first couple weeks, you might get a headache for the first few days. I know it sucks. That's why we call it a crisis. It's a healing crisis. Now, again, it doesn't happen to everybody. It happens to those who are overly toxic. And those who are overly toxic tend to be overweight. So if you know you've got 30, 40, 50, 100 pounds to lose, you might be one of those people that go into a healing crisis. But fear not, my friend, you will get through it. The longest healing crisis I've ever seen is about 10 days, 10 to 12 days. You don't need to cut back on the dose. Don't need to do anything. Just push through it. And I'm not talking you're going to be like needing to use the bathroom and run to the toilet. That's not a healing crisis, okay? That means you took a whole bunch of like diuretics or a whole bunch of really bad for you colon cleansers. There's a lot of crap on the market. natural laxatives that people put in these products. That's not what this product is, okay? This product nutritionally supports your liver, lungs, skin, colon, and kidneys. I forgot your kidneys. So it nutritionally supports all 5 of your elimination organs. It's not a purge. It's not like this is going to force you to go have crap loads of bowel movements every day. Now, taking a double or triple dose of it would cause some of that, okay? And I do that sometimes when I'm feeling a little extra clogged, or especially now over the holidays, because I'm choosing to ignore warning signs and I'm choosing to eat some crappy foods because they're really good and yummy. And I choose to do that occasionally. Then I take a little extra dose of this afterwards when I go to bed. And I might take some in the morning too, just to help that detoxification cycle. All right. But I'm going to introduce some of the herbs here. Many of you, especially I know Becca's watching right now. CV, you're watching, some of my more health professionals. I'm so excited to share this product with you guys because I know you're going to love it. You're going to recognize a lot of these herbs because the traditional uses and the long-term safety history of all of these herbs, again, you're going to recognize it. Number 1, slippery elm bark. Boy, if there's anything that doesn't get the bowels moving, slippery elm bark is one of those great things. Fennel seed. Fennel actually is so alkaline, it draws out toxins, especially if you've got like diverticulitis or things like that, and you get these little toxic formations that produce a really nasty bacteria in your body called actinomycin. We don't need to get into that, but fennel like kills that stuff, and it draws toxins out from the lining of your colon. Specifically on, these are 2 colon-based ingredients. Marshmallow root is another colon-based ingredient. But let's get into the liver. Burdock root. I've got a standardized burdock root in here, which is for the liver. I've also got milk thistle, which is standardized to 80% silymarin. Silymarin, you guys, is used in detox centers. They literally have a drug that is a natural drug. It's called silymarin, and if you check yourself into, like if you're an alcoholic and you check yourself into a detox center, or maybe you're a drug user, they'll put you on silymarin because it detoxifies your liver. Dandelion root for the kidneys, red clover blossoms for the kidneys. I've got mullein leaf and osha for the lungs. I've got garlic root for the skin. Now this is a standardized allicin. Allicin is a natural antiviral, natural antibiotic, but it's also like a super nourishing for your skin. In fact, if you eat a ton of garlic, you can actually smell it on your skin because you sweat it out, because garlic goes right to your skin. It's kind of a cool ingredient that way. I've got all these herbs and more that support all 5 of your elimination organs, and I've combined those with a patented assimilation enhancing system. It's actually called the AES. It's trademarked, that breaks down these herbs for superior absorption. And I combined all that, you guys, with Shilajit. There are people that pay $40, $50, $60, I've even seen it $80 just for the amount of Shilajit that I have in this product. And if you don't know what Shilajit is, it's a natural kind of fermentation product that is the highest source of fulvic acid. F-U-L-V-I-C, fulvic, not folic acid, which is a B vitamin, fulvic acid. What's really cool about fulvic acid is it bonds with toxins that your body normally can't carry out. It's an organic molecule that your body doesn't need. Fulvic acid is not a nutrient. It's something your body does not need, but it's organic. So here's what happens. Let's say that you have mercury fillings, and over time that mercury leaches into your body. Or maybe there's some arsenic in your water or something, because they all have trace amounts of these heavy metals, right? That's why we have to do like heavy metal testing on all of our products. It's so common because heavy metals in our environment, in our foods, are common. So over time, these heavy metal build up in your body. Why are they heavy? They're not heavy because they're physically heavy. They're heavy because they settle in areas of your body, and your body can't eliminate them. That's why they're called heavy metals. Your body can't eliminate them. Fulvic acid is an organic compound that gets into your body, and because of the ionic charges, it bonds with these heavy metals. It kind of just grabs them. And because fulvic is an organic compound, your body recognizes it as something it doesn't need, and it eliminates it. It eliminates it through the kidneys and through your sweat. So you pee it out or sweat it out. And yet, what has it done in the meantime? It bonded with a heavy metal. And then your body recognizes it and pulls it out. So fulvic acid is one of the best heavy metal detox programs out there. And we're finding out now that fulvic acid isn't just for heavy metals. Fulvic acid also bonds with specific types of benzoates, sorbates. It bonds with some of the known bases of pesticides and herbicides out there. There's about 30 common, like all these Monsanto produced ingredients, glyphosates and things like that. And we're finding that Shilajit, with its high concentration of fulvic acid, bonds with these and carries them out of the body as well. So it's super cool. And it's actually one of the main ingredients in this product, along with all of those elimination organ supporting herbs. So again, like regular retail pricing of just Shilajit, again, I've seen it advertised for upwards of $89. I think the average price I noticed was around $59 or $69, but it didn't have the patented assimilation enhancing system, and it didn't have all these cool herbs in it as well. This product normally should be selling, and by the way, it will come in a nice box that has all this cool marketing material on it that you can actually just take the box and tear off pieces and share that with people and whatnot as part of your marketing tool. But either way, this product should be retailing for about $125. If I were to look at a good detox program, I would name some brands. Yeah, I shouldn't name some brands. There's some good detox programs out there. They're about $89 to $129 all by themselves that work on all 5 elimination organs. There's a couple of watered down products out there in the 50s and 60s that say that they're total body cleanses, but you literally have to take like 5 times a dose in order for it to be effective. This is effective at 3 capsules daily. I would suggest take them at night. Take 3 capsules at bedtime. Bedtime is when your body heals itself. Bedtime is when your body begins to detoxify. It's why when you wake up in the morning, you got to go to the bathroom. Whether it's number 1 or number 2, you typically have to eliminate in the morning because your body's been detoxifying all day long, all night long. So take 3 of these at bedtime, and that's sufficient dose. Now, I have said occasionally you might want to do a double dose. Occasionally that might be great. If you want to do a purge, okay, twice a year, then take a double dose of this for 2 weeks at a time. If there are some people who like that purge, who like feeling that healing crisis, I don't. I just do 3 at bedtime. Occasionally, once or twice a year, I will do a double dose, for a week or 2 weeks or so. But that's how you use this product. Now, because of the condition of the world we live in, because you can't live in a bubble, you will be exposed to toxins. I formulated this product to be used on a daily basis. 3 capsules at bedtime every single day. It's something that everybody needs. I don't care if you think you are the purest vegan in the world, you still live in San Francisco. Okay? You could be living in the woods of Alaska and there's still forest fires around you and you're still wearing probably polyester clothes or things like that, and brushing your teeth with fluoride toothpaste and things like that. You need this product on a daily basis. The product is $79. Okay, I'll just shoot it out there. It's a $79 product. Again, really reasonably priced for the cost of manufacturing that we pay for this baby. Because again, I want you guys to commit. The Wise Weight Management Program is a commitment program. In fact, I'm going to be asking people for a minimum of 3 months, maximum of six months to change their lifestyles and to get to the wise weight, to get to the healthy weight that God created their body to be. This will be step 1 of the Wise Weight Management Program. Step 2, I'm going to be training on next week, Tuesday. So be sure to join me Tuesday, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Time to learn about step 2 of the Wise Weight Management Program next week. Thank you for joining, and please share this. If you're new here and you haven't clicked that follow button yet, please do that. I will see you next week, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Mountain Time here in the lab with Tracy Gibbs, Chief Science Officer for LifeWise. Thank you very much for joining. Bye.